Welcome back to the Future Self podcast.
But I went through a really tough time through my teenage years. I was suicidal and tried to commit suicide twice.
Wow.
And it wasn't the fact of me not wanting to be here. It was the fact of I was going through I was quite heavily getting bullied quite a lot. And my environment was very toxic and just a lot for a young girl to handle. And I went twice through the process of possibly not being here. And there was a moment where I was a few seconds off. If that paramedic hadn't saved me, I wouldn't be here today. And from that, what brought me back wasn't chasing the acceptance of other people. It was the feeling of the sun and the sand and a hug and the hearing laughter from the people that you love around you. And it was me tuning into those things a lot more and realizing that these are the things that make me happy. It's not whether some guy likes me or whether some friend group wants me there or how much drinks or drugs I can take to be with these certain people. It was the love and connection around me, and I needed to find that within myself. And once I started to tune into that and I started to mature, and now me being 23, still very young, I believe that I've created who I want to be and who I'm proud of and who that little girl needed and who that little girl always was inside me. So I think I always had that kind of fulfillment. It was just I had to find it in myself. And I'm not saying other people have to go through those experiences, but I think sometimes we just have to be where our feet are and we just have to look around and see that life's not always black and white. It is so colorful and it is so bright. You just have to open your eyes up a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hell. That's so amazing. So let's say then, obviously you still get your last question. I'll ask it in a minute.
No, you're fine.
But,
take time.
do you ever catch yourself stressing about the minor stresses of now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you just expressed all of that you expressed then, and then if you're catching yourself stressing in those minor situations, how do you validate what's worth stressing about versus pulling yourself out of that? Because it could be quite invalidating to stress about something that's understandable, but then you push onto yourself that mindset, oh, it doesn't really matter, just go outside or whatnot.
I think it's the acceptance of how you're feeling. So something so minor can be so massive to somebody else. I'm a person who likes to look at things from every perspective. So regardless of whether it's me or somebody else going through something, but to answer your question, if it's a situation that has happened to me and it may not be as big, I just ask myself, why am I feeling like this? What's that feeling that's happening to me right now? And what are the things I can change and what are the things I can't change? And if there's nothing, get rid of it. Be upset for that moment. We have to feel how we need to feel. We have to be upset. We have to be angry because it's human nature. We cannot appreciate the good days or the happiness if we do not feel the sadness and the anger as well. It's just the way that we utilize those things. And I think my biggest thing is that I don't want to be an unhappy person. I've been there and I've seen the darkness and I've been in those moments where I haven't wanted to be here, but I've also seen other people around me suffer that. And that feeling of seeing somebody that you love go through something like that is daunting. So why would I not live a life that shows other people that you can be fulfilled and can be happy in that minor little things? They're just minor little things for a reason.
Let's say you see someone close to you going through something similar that you went through when you were younger, so around those dark periods. How do you handle that? Because naturally you want to just, I'll speak from my experience, naturally you just want to shoulder shake someone and go, fuck, you'll see life different in X amount of time, or it doesn't have to be that way, but it's not that simple. How do you manage or handle that?
Well, they call me Mama Nix, essentially. I'm the mum of the group.
Yeah, okay.
But I think the way that I handle it is I've learned over the years or over the past few months especially that everybody's different and everybody communicates differently. Ultimately, we have pretty similar goals majority of the time, but someone can handle something completely different to the way that you can handle something. So we think of, if it's somebody close to you, you know them, you know their reactions, you know their response. If somebody is going through a really tough time, do they need that soft, nurturing care, or do they need that hard, tough love, or do they need a little bit of in between? Think of, instead of putting yourself, what helped me, what about what's going to help them? Because right now in that moment, you're not there for yourself. You're not there to project your own past onto them or what's helped you. You're there to help them. And I think sometimes we get a little bit lost in that when we help people, because it's love. It's so pure. We just want to help somebody, that sometimes we're a little bit too harsh. We're a bit, come on, like, get up, get over it. Let's go get breakfast. Let's do this. Oh, why are you crying about it? Like, it's okay. It's going to be okay. Well, right now it's not okay to them. How can I help them in the situation? Not how can I help me? And I think we get torn between that. We think too much of ourselves because we love somebody too much to see them go through what we went through. And it's that we're actually trying to heal ourselves by helping somebody else. But in that moment, you're not there to heal yourself. You're there to heal the other person.